This is Gospel Music Today. We are having a great time here at the National Quartet Convention in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's a thrill to be talking to one of our favorite songwriters and performers and his new group. This is Ricky Atkinson. Ricky,
how are you? Thank you. Good to be here.
It's great to have you on the program. Let's start off with introduction.
This is my baby brother Samuel. He's been with me since we started 6 years ago, back in 1999, and Jonathan left, I guess probably 3 years ago now, and Labriska's been with us. Samuel married her. She's a South Mississippi girl, and from Waynesboro, Mississippi, and she joined our group about 3 years ago, and ever since then it's not very hard to see we're not a male trio anymore.
That's right.
I noticed that right away.
Either that or it's a mighty fine looking man over in the middle between us.
That's right.
No more male trio.
Tell me a little bit about your background in gospel music.
Well, I got started before I joined the Wilburns in 1996. The first song I ever had recorded in Southern gospel music was by the McCameys right across the way over here, a song called This Valley Is For Me. And in fact, Elaine Wilburn got upset with me when I joined the Wilburns in 96. She said, you should have saved that song about 6 months longer and we would have had a great song. Started writing just before then, and of course wrote a few songs for the Kingdom Heirs and different groups. When I joined the Wilburns, it really opened a lot of doors for my writing. And I saw right away that 220 or 30 dates a year working with them was going to be too much for me personally. But if I could just stay there long enough for God to bless my writing to get out there and get with some of these other songwriters and some of these other groups, that at some point I could pull out and start my own group and run my own schedule. Mm-hmm. And so that's Resting Place was the key to it all. 1998, late 98, early 99. Resting Place was the Wilburns' very first #1 song, and that opened the door for me to be able to do what we're doing now with Compassion, and the Lord's been good to us. I enjoyed my time with the Wilburns. I learned a lot, and of course it opened a lot of doors for my songwriting with other groups. But now all of my songs, I hardly ever have a cut anymore by somebody else because we're using all those songs up for our own group. So,
Ricky, tell me a little bit about Resting Place music now.
Wow. I produced, outside of our own 2 projects last year, I produced about 11 different projects for different groups, and I do that quite a bit. Year to year I do quite a few productions. I thought last year the Lord was kind of leading me. I've always wanted to have my own studio and have my own label and work with these people as a producer. I figured since I was doing that much, I might as well get started and let it grow. So I chose 5 artists that I wanted to get started with, people who really are talented, great songwriters. Every group has great songwriters in it, great Christian people I wanted to start with and build around. And so, yeah, we don't have 30 groups on the label, you know, for people to choose from, but we've got 5 quality groups, and so that's the way we wanted to start and build. It's going to grow. I know it's going to grow. We're already looking at maybe moving up to 10, 15 groups next year for the label, but this is our first year being at convention with everybody together, and so we've got our record label logos up, and everybody's loving it, loving our music. Our comp disc went out 2 months ago, and we're having great success at radio. Even the groups that nobody's ever heard of before on the developmental label are getting heavy rotation everywhere. So we're so thankful for that. Radio's always been good to us. I had a few successful #1 songs. When Compassion came out, radio just really accepted our music right away, and we were so blessed to have that happen. And we've had a lot of top 10 songs as a group ourselves, and so we're hoping that as my earlier songwriting helped us get started as a group, maybe what we've accomplished at radio will help some of these other groups, and that's the goal for the whole thing.
That's great. That's a great call. Ricky and group, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you on Gospel Music Today.
Thank you very much.
Now back to more great Southern gospel music on Gospel Music Today.